On this week's episode of the Cedar Log, Reese Wallace sits down with Todge Sutkowski to talk about his time in scouting. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Alright, this is Reese again, and I got Todge Sutkowski. Sutkowski? Sutkowski. Okay, I said it right. There we go. That's a victory. So, I guess tell me how you got involved in scouting.
From an early age, I was really active in Cub Scouts, and just went through the normal transition in the Boy Scouts. Loved the program. It was a big part of my life. And then I got fairly involved in the Order of the Arrow at, probably when I was about 15, 14 years old. Was really excited about that. And I think that really kind of kept me in scouting longer, without a doubt. So that was kind of my path, but I love scouting, and it was definitely, I think, a big part of who I am as a person.
Gotcha. So tell me about your ordeal experience.
Well, many moons ago, but so my ordeal was in 1979 at Pine Hill Scout Reservation. So I remember it really well. It was actually not a bad weekend. It was a June weekend. There was it wasn't too hot, but it was summertime, and I remember my egg sandwich really well. But the ceremony in itself was just enthralling to me, and really kind of moved me. So I kind of knew that I wanted to be more a part of the organization, just really from my ordeal ceremony, and I still remember that to this day. I mean, I carry that with me.
Gotcha. So what lodge were you inducted in?
So I was in Lake House 77, which is the Totems of Sandpiper, and that was Camden County Council at that time. So, which is now Garden State Council. It's been, that lodge has now been formed over about 5 different times since then. But so I was a lodge officer. I was just as I became brother, I became the treasurer of the lodge, and then I was a vice chief. I was lodge chief for 2 terms, from 1983 to 1985. And then I got involved with Section 4B, and Section 4B was the state of New Jersey, basically. That's how it was geographically cut. And I was a vice section chief for 2 years, and I was a section chief for 1.5, I'd say 1.5 years. So not 2 full terms. I took over after Chris Ratajczyk from Sanhegan. He became region chief, and I was elected to the council of chiefs and got reelected. But that was a great experience. But I really love the lodge chief experience, because I think that's really those are the type of roles that move this organization.
Gotcha. So we got chief in the building. That's nice. Yeah. We got to start including you in our list, our recognitions. I can see about making that happen.
Oh, well, that'd be nice. It's very nice. It's and it is nice to be part of that. It really is. Just as much as the visual honor is to me. I mean, that's something I hold very dearly to my heart, and I think anyone you talk to that has been bestowed upon it, feels the same way of being part of that process, and there's nothing greater than being chosen by your peers.
Very good. And you went to Philmont, right?
Yes, 1980 I went to Philmont. So going back again next year.
Exciting.
Very exciting. I'll probably walking a lot slower. But yeah, I'm really excited, and it's been really nice to kind of see my son go through the program. That's been my reconnection with scouting. So I often joke that I had like a 30-year sabbatical away from scouting, but once my son started getting involved and really took a liking to it, I decided to get involved in the program again.
What's that like, having family scouting, and what's it like seeing your son going through the program?
It's really awesome to see the excitement, in his eyes. Excitement about him going to this particular event has been just really enthralling to see. And it's great when I work with other youth as an advisor in the OA. I think it's just great when you see that enthusiasm, what you're hearing on this bus with the songs and the camaraderie, and that is the great thing about the order. The order is all about the service, but it's also about your connection with your fellow person.
Nice. So, were you ever on camp staff?
Never on camp staff. other than, I should say, last year I was on camp staff, so I got to be a commissioner at Resca Falls. So I was very, very excited that I was actually technically a camp staff member, and got to do it for the first time in my life. So it was all about high adventure for me in OA in my youth. Where I grew up, camp was only 3.5 miles from my house, so I mean, I used to ride my bike there to OA night. So you know, when I was a lodge chief, to go out and visit for the OA night, but that's why I really wasn't on camp staff. So it felt like it was in my backyard.
That's understandable. You were a lodge chief and a section chief, so we'll give you a break on not being on camp staff. So, what keeps you in the OA nowadays?
Well, I think this organization provides so much to youth, and personally for myself, you know, the gift that I get is seeing the development of leadership of youth, and that's really the biggest gift. And you know, one of the greatest gifts I've ever been given was watching a presentation at the LLD, and it was Steve Mock and Anthony Glass presenting, and they asked who your role models were, and Anthony Glass, who's been a very active member of this lodge and on the LEC, you know, kind of made the statement that I was this ideal advisor, and he gave a list of reasons why, and that really just floored me. So that's the gift you get when you're involved in scouting as an adult role.
Gotcha. Todge, thank you for your time.
Happy to be here, Reese. We're ready for a big NOAC coming up.
Yes, we are.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Cedar Log. If you have any part in scouting history, please feel free to reach out to us on our social media or through our email, and we'd love to hear from you and talk with you. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.